361 million points. 361 million points. Greetings, YouTube. I know it's not normally how I start out my videos. In fact, that might have just been pretty jarring, but 361 million points is more than the 349 million points that Shocker went for. And this is data that the scores are only going up. It used to be a record for 300 million. Now, of course, the difference is that now the refreshes are a lot better, especially for 5 stars. So there is always going to be a significant jump. Remember, Infamous Iron Man without that jump was 323 million on the second round. I don't know if you do the math and you compare the inflation, if that's ever going to be topped. I kind of hope it doesn't, for the sake of my own sanity or lack thereof. But for Sandman, that's a crazy score, and I'm sure quite a few people were not prepared when they grinded. Kabam, on paper, is doing something amazing. They are quadrupling the top spots for the 6-star. Now, me being Mr. Naive, I don't understand how the nefarious dark side of MCOC goes. Took that as actually a means for people to try less. Because if you get the same reward essentially for place 2 as you do place 400, why would you want place 2? But then, I have been told by an anonymous source, and I don't normally let my students use anonymous sources because they're not the best way to tell stories, but in this case, we were talking about the underbelly of the dark side of the game that you play, and it's important, that this is not necessarily going to change anything. Now, it's hard for me to believe that. And for the record, at least I think this is the case. And again, maybe I'm naive. I think this will change things when you're grinding for a champion that isn't new. Even a champion like the 6-star basic champion that's a really good champion and very popular and popping up in Battlegrounds, including on my own deck, constantly. And that is, of course, the aforementioned 6-star basic, going to be another second round of the basic grind this week. If you can spot him, you know what champion I'm talking about. So let's say he's the 6-star featured. Is it going to be easier to get a top 400 spot for him than it is Sandman? I think so. I mean, it's just logical. I matched up on Sunday in Battlegrounds against somebody who's constantly in the top 100, and he had every new champion, every champion in the game. And I was looking at Ant-Man Future and Shocker and thinking, wow, what year am I going to get these champions? It's kind of humbling when you see that. But also, it just reminds you that, you know, everybody who participated in the spring cleaning event for this year had a chance, especially Paragon players, to improve their roster drastically. I know I did. Especially if they spent the $800 or whatever it took to also get 6-star Jessica Jones. So, with that being said, here is the paragraph that I'm going to read and I'm going to block out so you don't see said visible source and the information that goes along with it. The word on the street with arena mercs, aka human beings who get paid something to grind in the arena for accounts, is that when the top 400 get the 6-star, the score will still be around 200 million to get a 6-star, because that means just more spots for the auto bots to get. Now, I'm used to hearing auto bots when I think about Transformers, which is ironic since Transformers Forged to Fight used to be a game that Kabam ran until I guess it wasn't profitable and they closed it down. He said, I don't really know how the Autobots work, but it's not a human being that plays the arena. It runs for 72 straight hours, and the top 100 are still mostly Autobots and a small amount of humans, aka mercs, because the mercs simply can't keep up with these Autobots anymore. Doesn't look like Kabam has figured out a way to catch them as long as it's been happening, and it's been happening for a long time. Back to the arena screen. Now look, I hope that this is just pessimism. I hope there are actually more humans that grind the arena legally that get it, but... And look, I also know, every time I do a video on this, somebody in the comments is going to say, Kabam is actually running these Autobots. They want the scores to be higher. It benefits them. Now, they're trying to show that's not the case, at least on paper, with the top 400 instead of the top 100. But that is a conspiracy theory that's existed as long as I've covered this for about 5 years. All I know is that if Kabam doesn't fix it, the dark side of MCOC will just grow. And that's not what anybody wants, especially on paper. Kabam. Do you think that they are turning a blind eye to this, or that there's a way to stop it? I still think if you just look at statistics and you think about what a human being can do, like best case scenario, and then you see something that's like 1,000 plus more than that, that's got to be a red flag. That's just, these people are hiding in plain sight on the leaderboards. Anyhow, that's my thought, and I'm not sure if anything will ever get done, but given that the arenas are all about to change forever, it's certainly worth a video. Have a good one, YouTube. Thanks for watching.